know this zone is abandoned, but it's still too quiet.
Hello there, my YouTube friends and fans. Welcome to Battlefield 1942. Nah, I wish this was Battlefield 1942, because if it was, I would be playing this every single day. Look at how awesome this looks. This is exactly how I imagined the new Battlefield to be. And maybe it doesn't have to play in 42, maybe it can play in 29 or 30, because, you know, the world is always gonna look the same when we have war. Everything is in shambles, everything is broken, damaged, dirty, smoky. This is just how war is, and this is how we imagine war, and not Disneyland like the new Battlefield. But anyway, this is actually a game called Homefront: The Revolution, which came out in 2016, exactly 6 years ago. And the reason I did not purchase it back then was because it didn't get very good reviews, and the more I read about it, the less I was convinced that I should get this game, which was really disappointing for me back then, because I really loved the first Homefront game, especially the multiplayer. I don't usually am a really big fan of multiplayers, but that multiplayer was just right, and it was actually very popular. People absolutely loved it. I had played it for like a really long time, and I couldn't wait for the second one to come out. But then I got really discouraged when I read the reviews. And boy, was I wrong. Never listen to those reviews, because, you know, other people are different. Everyone is different. Whatever you like may be something that someone else hates. So always kind of, you know, look at gameplay and then decide for yourself. But if you're an FPS game lover, and you also like games that have a lot of detail and a lot of really good graphics, which this game actually blew me away. It's 6 years old and the graphics are really great. There is so much detail in this game, so many things that are just totally surprising me, and I was just like, wow, why did I not play this game earlier? It is not only that, but the game has actually a really good story. It has so much that you can do. There's missions, there are story elements, there are puzzles, there's an abundance of weapons and gadgets that you can use and have fun with it. And there is actually a multiplayer here too, but obviously, you know, the servers are empty now because it's 6 years old and the game didn't do well. But if you just want to play the single player, you have definitely, I would say, about 30 hours of pure fun, and you can even extend that if you just want to go like 100% on this game, because there's so many things, so many achievements that you can get by just finding things and solving puzzles and so on and so forth. But the game in general is just absolutely fun, and again, I just highly recommend it if you do like first-person shooters. So the other thing that was really awesome in this game are those huge ships that you see a lot, and they're actually really scary, because if they spot you, they can kill you pretty fast. And then not only is the ship gonna like shoot at you, but they're actually gonna call everyone to your location. And another thing that's really awesome in this game is that the AI is exceedingly responsive. You do not survive very long if you do not have proper cover, or you cannot shoot back fast enough, or you are just overwhelmed by a ton of enemies at once. You just absolutely have a hard time surviving, because they're super deadly. And that also makes you sometimes feel like you're not playing against AI, but you're actually playing against people, other players, which I thought they did a fantastic job. In general, just the map design, I mean, just look at this, all the details. It's just, you just literally feel like you are in this city here. This is actually supposed to be Philadelphia, and it's very believable. They did an amazing job how they rebuilt this city, you know, how you know it if you know Philadelphia. and just made it like this nitty-gritty, grimy situation that we love so much in, you know, war games, and that Battlefield just failed so badly this time. But they should have done something like this and they would have totally succeeded. People would have loved it. Just look at the amount of cover here. There is so much cover, which makes it so much fun, not only indoors, but any little bit of rubble and, you know, containers and dumpsters and stairs and cars. There's so much fun in this map to just kind of run around and just have fun and approach the enemy, sneak up on the enemy. This is what a really good multiplayer would look like. And we do have really good multiplayers like that, but it's unfortunately, again, not Battlefield 1942. So DICE, if you're watching this video, which you probably don't, this is exactly what we all want. Look at this. This is how you need to design your maps. Look at this amazing war zone, and that can be the future. It doesn't have to be shiny skyscrapers and fancy electric cars and manicured parks and stuff like that, what we see in the current game. It's gotta be rubble and grime and oil leaks and damaged buildings. And look at that. I mean, just being able to ride around in the motorcycle in this game is absolutely fantastic, which also brought back a lot of memories to me of Battlefield, because it's on Battlefield games you were able to ride motorcycles. It is rather difficult to ride a motorcycle with all this rubble, but it makes it realistic. This is really how it would be, you know, and this just makes it fun because you have many ways to get around. Why not, right? And then even in the insides, they did a really fantastic job with all the details here. Yes, some of the furniture here is, you know, you can see it in many houses. You can see the same furniture, but they're not in the same place. They're not in the same combination. And so you still feel like you're in a different room that you've never been there before. And, you know, you cannot expect them to design like a million different furniture pieces. I would never do that. But just having, you know, indoors, inside areas that look like real inside areas, not just some empty, boring places that just feel like, you know, when the outside is super realistic and the inside really isn't, and it's kind of like it doesn't really make sense, right? And what they also did really well here, way better than Battlefield 1942, is the weapon customization on the go. It is very simple. You have 4 pieces that you can take off and swap out on the fly. It goes really fast, and it also looks amazing. Just look at the details of this gun, for example, how they did the grime on it and how the hand looks. Everything looks almost like photorealistic. I was just really blown away. This was not what I expected at all. When I found out that you can do that pretty at the beginning of the game, I was just like, wait, what? That is awesome. You can literally take a pistol and convert it into an SMG by adding parts to it. Look at that. Now I'm converting it back to a pistol, and then a silenced pistol, like a gas pistol. I don't know what to say, but isn't that amazing? This is great. DICE, take note of this. This is what you should do. Not telling you to steal ideas, but this is awesome. And then they have the phone, which is awesome. Just have the phone where you get your map and your intel. Also a very great idea. Looks very realistic, very well done. And again, we're trying to get around with the motorcycle, which, yeah, is not always so easy. That should be destructible. It is not. There's some few things that I was kind of expecting in a way, because I am so used to games like Battlefield that I expected certain things to be destructible, and they're not. But that's very minor little things. I feel like in general, the game, I don't really have many things to say. I mean, there's a lot of single player games that have gotten good reviews that are not as good as this game. So I do not understand why they would say that this game could not get like better ratings, because there's really nothing wrong with this game. And just for example, all the explosive gadgets that you have, like that remote control car, which we all know from, for example, Call of Duty. And I don't know who stole whose idea here, but it works really well in this game. This actually lets you solve puzzles when you try to open a door from the inside. You can't get in, but the remote control car actually can get in. And you can put flammables on this car, or an EMP device, or an explosive device, and do a lot of damage with that, which is super fun. And then also, you know, it changes in this game. You have like day and night cycle, which is also something that surprised me. They didn't have to do that, but they did. And at night it becomes extremely dangerous on the street, so you have to kind of stick to the inside because you can't see the enemy as well, and they're really hunting you down if you just walk around past curfew, as they call it in this game, obviously, because the game is all about the Koreans having taken over this city, and they put everybody on curfew, or all the Americans on, they cannot be outside past a certain time. I don't remember anymore, past 9 p.m. I think. And, you know, obviously if you're still walking around outside past curfew, you have to face some punishment if you're not careful. But I just thought that idea was just really, really great. And, you know, while the first game was great, I feel like this single player is actually better than the first one, and the first one got better reviews. So yeah, again, I do not understand it. And I was really tempted to put some more exciting footage in this video, but I really didn't want to put any spoilers in it, because for some people that may see this video and decide to actually give this game a try, people who haven't played this game, maybe haven't even heard about this game, and are now very excited about it or interested in it, because it is very cheap now, and, you know, I think anyone can now afford this game. So yeah, I just literally tried to, you know, make a video about this game to kind of maybe get other people interested in it, but also to kind of just show how this could be a good example for a great multiplayer, not necessarily with the theme here where Koreans take over a city in America, but why not? I mean, you know, obviously they can't steal this idea because that's a home front thing, but it doesn't always have to be in another country. It can be in this country. It can be war in this country. Why not? It's very realistic. It could happen, right? And so I think this is a great idea, and just look at the detail. I mean, if it works in this game that's 6 years old, just imagine a new game, a brand new game based on this idea, how amazing that could be. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.